Salutations! This is Stephanie Hines with ELD Tidbits number 13. We're really on a roll with these accommodations for our multilingual learners. So this time I wanted to talk to you about translating. As students go from WIDA level 1 through WIDA level 4, which is when they redesignate and exit the ELD program, they are going to be relying on translation less and less as time goes on and their English levels increase. And so translation, sometimes they really need that, and they can use Google Translate. Works on the Chromebooks most of the time. There are some instances when it doesn't work, and Google's constantly changing and updating what it can and can't translate. But the students who do use it are very proficient at using it. They've even had full-on conversations with other students using Google Translate as they're getting started. And so you can either provide them with a text that's already translated, or if it's digital, they can translate it on the computer. They can also use their phone. There's a thing on the Google Translate app. They could point the camera at the text that they're trying to translate. They can also take a photo and then have it translate. There's a lot of neat little tricks. But like I said, the students are very proficient in using that Google Translate. So allowing them that access to either a home language English dictionary or a digital translation, like I was saying, is a great way to help them access the content that you're trying to teach. And it also helps them improve their English as they're exposed to the vocabulary over and over. And the reason the dictionary, the old-fashioned dictionary, is still in here is because that is the only tool that they're allowed to use for the SAT test and PSAT test and other tests, things like that. The CMAS science also. So usually we use the digital ones nowadays, but having that is also helpful for them. So hopefully that helps. And by the time they're at level 3, they're just looking at like one word here and there or a phrase that they don't understand. Whereas when they're at level 1, they're translating the whole thing. Level 2, maybe here and there, a little bit less. And so you can see kind of how they wean themselves off. Some students, though, who are very perfectionistic, are very hard to get them off of Google Translate. And so I usually have a conversation with them and let them know that I'm confident that their English is strong enough to try it without translating first, and then to try first to use their English that they do have. And so that can be a little tricky, is when they're really, really hooked on using Google Translate because they really want to have an A and it's got to be perfect. So just helping them understand that making mistakes is part of the process. Anyway, hope that helps. Have a nice